Hello everybody. Now I am conducting class 6 geography class. Again I am repeating, I am now conducting class 6 geography class. Okay. So let's start. Today we will start to continue that chapter industry, that is chapter number 5. Okay, one confusion, many of you ask me about that question. We have done chapter number 1, that is about the representations of the topographical map. Chapter number 2, that is about atmosphere. Now we are doing chapter number 5. After 1 and 2 we are doing one topic from economic geography, that is chapter number 5, economic geography, industries. Okay, clear? Am I clear? Yes. Now we will start the new topic, that is industry. Last day we have learned about industry. What is industry? What is the prior cause for the industrial development? I want to revise once more. That is, what is industry? To produce any product. For what purpose? For definitely economic purposes, not only fit their own nation's demand, but as well as to export for earning the foreign currency and to change the product from one phase to another phase. Okay. Secondly, main causes of the types of the industries: large scale industry, small scale industries, cottage industries. Next, factors. Two factors prior last we have learned. One is physical factor, another one is economic factor. What are the physical factor? Climate, water resources, raw material, availability of the enough power resources. Economic resource, prior cause, capital, investment. Okay. Banking facilities, demand, then experienced and skilled labor. Okay. Then definitely communication system. Not only communication means today the idea of communication is very vast. Not only transportation, as well as the networking should be very high, and speed network system is required. Done. Now we will continue the next important thing, that is the large scale industry. Last we have learned the large scale industry. So what is large scale industry? When the capital investment will be very high, that is a large scale industry. Demand will be very high, labors will be very skilled. All these factors together when we get, that is a large scale industry. So today we will start with the large scale industry, that is iron and steel industry. Everyone open your book, page number 52. Again I am repeating. Everybody open your book, page number 52. Okay. So what is iron and steel industry? Iron and steel industry is known as a basic industry. Why it is known as a basic industry? Very common question. And this question will come in your exam maybe. And this is very important question. Why is iron and steel industry considered as a basic industry? Basic industry, or this is considered as the backbone of all industries. Why? Because without iron and steel, will you imagine today's world? No. Last day I told you, even the nib of your pen, that is made up by steel. That is the one of the finest product of iron and steel. So today, where we have these building, constructions, beams, rods, everywhere, everything is dependent upon the iron and steel industry. So this is a basic industry, backbone of every industry. To build up the farm of any kind of industry, we need the iron and steel. So iron and steel, except iron and steel, we cannot imagine anything. But this iron and steel industry is very rigid. Not only very capital investment, very rigid industry. Why it is a very rigid kind of industry? Because iron and steel means the raw material. What should be the raw material? Yes, the raw material is iron ore. And the raw material and the location of the industry should be very close. Why? Because while you are getting the iron ore from the coal, from the mining region, from the mining region to the location of the industry should be very close, because when you use the transportation, that time many due to the transportation, many lots of tons of irons misused, okay, as an bad materials, as an impurities. Even if you will use 10-ton irons, half of the, like 5-ton will be just misused as an impurities. So from 10-ton, the finest product will come 5-ton. So due to the transportation, like with the user, generally transportation means jerking should be there, and like that way it is a very heavy industry. So the transportation is also very costly. For that purpose is how long the distance will be. Distance matters from the mining zone to the industrial point. Listen carefully, from the mining area to the location of the factory should be very close. If the distance will be very small, transportation cost will be less. How long it will be increased, transportation cost will increase. Not only that, lots of amounts of iron ore will be subtracted, will be misused. Okay, so if you carry 1,000 tons of iron, ultimately you get less, at least 20% will be deducted. So lesser distance will solve this problem. So generally you can see that Keonjhar, Bagmundi, Kiriabudus, Charia, there are many iron ore. Next topic you will see many iron ore zones, and the area like nearest many iron steel industries are located of this area, like Durgapur iron and steel industry. That side we are getting Tata Tiscot iron and steel industry. Then we are getting many more small iron and steel industries. Okay, in Raniganj also many small iron and steel industries now still start to build up. Okay, so iron and steel industry, here we need investment, huge investment, large scale industry. We have to think about the distance as I referred. Okay, so these things are very important, and it supports all type of consumption, constructions, infrastructure, everything. So this industry is very important for the development of a nation's economy. Okay, if you are exporting iron and steel from the outside of the country, that means your country's economy will be in a question mark, because it is a very, as I said, due to the as heavy as loaded, the transportation cost will increase. Due to distance, transportation cost will increase. So if the country is not enough dependent in iron and steel, producing iron and steel, that means the economy is really in a question mark. Okay, next thing, the most important thing, the large scale industry, the investors. If the investors are not interested to invest, that means that is a very important thing. If the banks are not provided money, if those who are interested, those who are not interested, showing not interested, that means it will be very negative side of the economy of the country. So iron and steel industry, we always try, or that will be the urge of these industrialists, that they will spread their hands for the development of iron and steel industry. Even the laborers, the workers, those who are working over there, they should be very skilled, they should be literate. Okay, and enough skilled labor we need. Technologically they should be very skilled. So this is the main things about iron and steel industry. Now we will go to shipbuilding industry. Which are the shipbuilding industry? That is also one of the, just last day I told you, that is one of the important industry, and definitely large scale industry. If you look at your book, page number 53, the first point, look at the first point. Shipbuilding dates back to the Harappan times, that means 2500 BC. when the town of Lothal in Gujarat existed as a tidal dockyard. Can you imagine? From that time we can see the investment improvement or the flourishment of shipbuilding industry. Okay, the references to sailing ships exist even in ancient Egyptian civilizations. From the, if I will speak about the civilizations, that time civilizations are much dependent on the waterways. Waterways means the development of the ships. So as the development of the ships, as am I talking about the development of the ships, that means development of the industry from that ancient period to still today. Okay, we are very we are giving much importance of the development of the shipbuilding industry. Okay, after World War II, this industry grew up as an important and strategic industry. Why? Because today even we are very skilled. Our we know that many crews, many sailors. There are also, we know that shipbuilding industry is now is a very important, because waterway defense is very important today. Okay, three way we can defense our country: from the land way, as we know the soldiers, those who are always in our border, like airway, like those who are using that jet z categories of the aircrafts for during the wartime, and as well as the ship industries, those who are working as the main important missions. They have also like another mission to protect the country. Okay, that those sailors, they are also very important for our country, because they in the waterways, like they are also always in a very hardcore time. Due to this time, okay, they are also providing us the what the waterway, they also providing us the security. Okay, from that waterways also. Besides naval ships, cruise ships, fishing vessels, ocean liners, tankers, cargo vessels are manufactured. Cargo ships, we know these are very important for protecting the country. Then vessels, ocean liners. Okay, what are the ocean liners? That are also one of the most important thing. Okay, tankers, that is also very important thing. These all are the part and parcels of the important part and parcels of the shipbuilding industry. China has the world's largest shipbuilding industry, and followed by South Korea and Japan. Okay, South Korea and Japan is also very developed in shipbuilding industry, because we all know Japan is surrounded by the oceans. Okay, all the sides, so they are very high developed shipbuilding industry, because to protect their country from the outside enemies. India's major shipbuilding centers located at Visakhapatnam, Kolkata and Kochi. Yes, I have my personal experience. I visited Visakhapatnam, and I visited the shipbuilding industrial zones. You won't believe, they are very tightly secured zone, and the ships, especially there they conserved one of the submarine. Okay, and that submarine, you can visit that submarine. Inside the submarine, for the travelers, they opened up that submarine, and you will not believe how people live life inside that ships and submarines, especially those who are protecting cargo ships. Yes, all these things are there, but still submarine means you are inside the sea, and everything is there, but still you are there to protect the country. Those who really are doing these jobs, salute for them, because you won't believe that we are living a normal life. We can wander from here and there, and they throughout the year, almost more than 8 months, 9 months, they are there in that submarine, and using that only few areas they can access, and that is really very terrific. Okay, and even in the ships, those who are now, can you imagine, in this lockdown period, many ships are still there in the mid of the oceans. They cannot come to the boundary, come to the coastline. So can you imagine the life? All the sides are oceans and they are inside the ship. Maybe everything is there, but still we can see the sky, we can move from one place to another, at least in our home, but they are in the ship, they are in the mid of the ocean, in the mid of the sea. So shipbuilding industry is now really a very important industry for us, especially for this protection of the country. Get it? Now, most important industry, that is automobile industry. Today we all know that automobile industry is very important. Why it is very important? Because the development of the country is depends upon the development of the automobile. So if the automobile sector is very developed, that means economically and technologically that nation is also very developed. Okay. See, as countries developed their economy and people started looking for a comfortable life, the need to produce more and more vehicles become inevitable. Yes, because automobile industry means the development of the cars like anything. Okay, as we know that Germany is very famous for many costly and precious and luxurious cars. Like also we have, like Maruti is our own automobile industry in India, that is our made in by India. But still we see that many more cars surrounding us, like that Suzuki's cars, like the many other there are so many car factories are there. We can see the showrooms also. So automobile means the development of the cars like anything. Okay. In 1903, Henry Ford established the first motor company in Detroit, that is in USA. And Detroit soon earned global recognition, and as the industry flourished, the city came to be known as the Motor City of Motown. Okay, that means that Detroit is known as the Motor City, because now we can, if those who have visited or those who have experienced these things, they, according to them, the whole city is absolutely developed due to this car industry, because huge amount of human labor involved, and that also helped to eradicate the unemployment, definitely development of the economical status. Leading producer of automobiles are Japan, Germany, USA, South Korea. South Korea is also very developed in automobiles. Some of major manufacturing companies in the world are Toyota, Volkswagen, Hyundai, General Motors, Ford and Nissan. These are the very famous names. Okay. In India, the automobile industry is located around Mumbai, Pune, Chennai and Delhi. Near Delhi, you know the name of Gurgaon. Gurgaon is absolutely the place of automobiles. Okay. And there you can see many big industrial zones on in this automobile industry. Okay. So you will learn from page number 52 to 54 up to automobile industry. Next class we will start from IT industry. But you will learn very carefully small things you need to find out. If you not understand any topic, mail to me at dpsjhelpdesk@gmail.com. Mail me like, dear mom, and give your idea which portion you not understood. Clearly inform to me. Okay. Otherwise it will be very problematic for you to move ahead. So up to that, stay tuned. Bye bye and wait for the next class.